every government to start creating this awareness or start supporting the ideas which other people will try to do. The government cannot be do is the government is more of a facilitator. So we like to work with the industry and academia to move these things together. As National Startup Day Astana, BITS-Pilani has come up with a lovely idea of commemorating the first National Startup Day in terms of having an event where a lot of startups have been able to showcase their products. A startup is a new idea, a new thought process. Our Prime Minister Modi ji, when he has come with these things of Startup India, like 5 to 6 or 7 years now, we have this culture of startup building in the country. And I think within this number of years, we have been the third largest in terms of developing unicorns after US and China. So when the country is growing and we are looking at startups to be alternatives, conventionally it has been industries who have been investing in their own products and trying to grow through R&D. Now it is a new era, and from this decade is called as a decade by the Prime Minister. In this decade, we have new opportunities for startups who are the problem solvers for bigger industries, bigger investments, who try and give a problem solving idea which allows every business to grow and also for a startup to grow. So as we inculcate more things into them, it is a part of every government to support these ideas. In 2017, under Shri Manohar Parrikar, we had come up with the startup policy and the IT policy. We have been running these policies. We are having roughly about 146 startups in the state. We need to groom them, and I realize that the main problem in grooming the startup is as you incubate them, you really need to mentor them. You need to give them the ideas to market. You need to give them the ideas of financing, VCs, many things to connect them and make them business people. Most of the startups are innovators, and to connect them to a business idea or to ask them to get into a business model is the biggest challenge the country or the state faces. So as through policy, as we give them through seed funding and matching grants and all subsidies and reimbursements, it is very important that the academia and the government work together to get that synergy what we need to develop the startup ecosystem. We have CII, we have Goa Chamber, we have everybody who's trying to do a part, and that's how we fill the bucket of startups. In Goa, as we build up the new story, it is very heartening that a visit today to come to these premises, we could see a lot of new ideas, whether it was in the health sector or e-commerce or other sectors which they've seen. Every idea needs to be groomed, and that's going to be the new India. And for that, I think these ideas, our local Goans also need to understand the exposure levels that they need to get to reach a particular level. We have been promoting this sort of thoughts, and along with Dr. Pramod Sawant, as we start building up the new story of IT in Goa in terms of digital nomads, building up infrastructure of co-working spaces, ensuring that better connectivity is going to be there with the Har fiber, giving seamless connectivity, or we are talking about giving e-governance to do ease of doing business, especially for startups, where the simplification of procedures also makes a huge difference to them. As we start getting this ecosystem right, on the National Startup Day, I wish all my friends in this startup industry, I convey my best wishes to them. We are pretty sure in days to come, we are going to build up a good story as far as Goa is concerned. Success stories have been built up on hard work and sincere efforts by the startups. So I would actually want the startups to come and we have come here to encourage them. So we want them to be encouraged to start using innovation, technology in a manner which can be problem solving, but can be also answer to a question or a solution which people are looking for. In every sector today, a lot of things are there, and for every sector we need an answer. That is a startup who comes with a problem solving answer. So I wish them all the very best. I should congratulate BITS-Pilani for having come with this innovative idea, and I wish them also all the very best because they have come with this. We need to work together to build up these stories as far as Goa and the country is concerned. And on this day itself, we took the privilege of tying up with BITS-Pilani and also launching our Startup Yatra. The Startup Yatra will be workshops conducted in every college. We'll be going down to college level. We'll be looking and exploring more levels to touch upon. But those workshops there will give more awareness about startup, give them how they can enhance themselves, how they can get into this ecosystem and start being successful. So as we start bridging these gaps, along with Dr. Pramod Sawant, today we have launched this Startup Yatra, which will start going to every college, which we have listed around. Every college who would want to be interested also can get in touch with our Director of IT and ask for his support to ensure that we are able to connect to this particular academias every possible place and understand their problems and also try to give solution through our policies and also create more awareness. So as we create this, there is a long road to cover, and I'm pretty sure with this type of working with academia, industry, and the government, the new story of Goa in terms of startup will be built up. We are ambitiously looking at placing ourselves in the first 25 preferred destinations in Asia. Goa has everything that people would want and be here for: creativity, because we have that quality of life, and we want this quality of life to reach out to the end person who will give back to Goa in terms of being a successful startup. So I wish them all the very best and thank them for thank BITS for having supported this whole cause of creating the startup ecosystem.